If you've been with me so far, I just want to say thank you. Expressing myself in this way has been challenging for me, having to recall these instances and these circumstances. My delivery isn't perfect, my editing isn't perfect, but I hope to get better with time. And I just want to say that I'm thankful for anybody who's willing to listen. So, when you're not a happy fool and you fight back, that really is what becomes the issue. When you don't lay down and take it, when you don't fall into line, when you don't accept this type of behavior to be normal to you or something you can accept, when you turn it into something that you want to get away from, the narcissists in these cases react really poorly to not being embraced by you. By you not accepting the bullshit, you become the problem. You become the person who always has an issue. You become the person who's dramatic. You become the person, well, how does he know that? Who showed him that? You become someone who knows better. Because you think that you know better, people treat you so poorly, so undeservingly. I know exactly what I deserve. Some of you may understand that. That may go over some people's heads. Because I was treated so poorly and so undeservingly, I know exactly what I deserve. I'm not someone that they stomped all over and I became one of them. Well, at least not to its full extent. Like I said, I still have challenges. I still have things that I'm working on. When it comes down to how I treat people in my everyday life, I wouldn't be as blessed as I am if I treated people the way that they treat people. At one point, I was. That's what I'm saying. It was not getting me anywhere. While already being alone, while already being isolated, I was isolating myself more. So some of these habits I had to change about myself. I'm not 100% there. I am not perfect. Some people may be watching this and still feel you were an asshole. You deserved what you went through. That's your prerogative. That's your perception. That's your opinion. I'm not a victimless victim. Hurt people hurt people. And that's the truth. I had to accept that. I had to see that for what it is. I had to address that head on. There's no way that I'm going to go through this life on a physical basis alone and then keep pushing people away from me. I'm not someone who, at this point in my life, wants to be mean to others or cause harm to others or make them feel what I experienced. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't want anyone to experience the lack of a sense of belonging like me. I wouldn't want someone to have a feeling of not really knowing where they come from. Loneliness, isolation, it feels safe. It feels safe, but it feels very uncomfortable. It's safe knowing that you only have yourself. You only have to worry about yourself. It's a double-edged sword. Like I said, no holidays, no birthdays, no anniversaries, no trips. Then, you don't have people calling you for favors and ask you to borrow this. The electricity got shut off. There ain't no food in the fridge. Your cousins need this. Your cousins need that. You don't have to go through that. What I can say is that I wouldn't treat anybody else the way that I've been treated because I know how it feels to want to be loved. I still feel to this day wanting to be loved. I'm not ashamed to say that. Some of these things I lightly touched on in the previous episodes, wanting to be loved and the way that I see myself. I couldn't walk past a mirror and like what I was seeing. I always felt like I was embarrassing not only to my parents, but any adult that I was around. I definitely had some inklings of PTSD, lingering feelings as a result of the low self-esteem. Definitely. That I believed, I was so ashamed that I believed that every adult that I went around felt this way about me until they proved otherwise, until they said otherwise. With my weight, I was eating profusely, everything that you could imagine. I wasn't fat because of snacks, cakes, pies, and shit like that. I was a portion control eater. I could not control my portions when it came down to anything. Sausage, spaghetti, and meatballs, pick all the sausage out, pick all the meatballs out. Dad cook a roast, eat half the roast. One cake, I gotta eat half the cake in one sitting. Portion control. I could not stop eating. Eating was an escape. I used to lay in the bed and eat, used to sit on the couch and eat. Thanksgiving, I'd be 10 years old. Eat a whole turkey leg, a half a salmon, all the sides at Thanksgiving, hors d'oeuvres, fried chicken, stuffed mushrooms, take home leftovers, 2 sweet potato pies. The Baconator came out from Wendy's. I could demolish 2 of those bitches at a time. I was literally like 8 or 9. $5 foot long, please give me 2 of them. I mean, anything that I could stuff my face with, I was stuffing my face with. Yeah. I really wish that I could give you guys some really strong examples. I can't even get to the specifics because, goddamn it, I ate every motherfucking thing. I really wish I could give you some funny specific examples. I ate every goddamn thing. They used to say if it wasn't tied down, I was going to eat it. If there was someone new around, they said, oh, is he going to eat that? Or is he going to eat all that? Motherfuckers used to be like, shit, what? You want to bet your last fucking dollar? You want to bet your life on that? You don't want to bet your life on that because I promise you, you'll die. Because he's going to eat all that shit. As a result of my eating, I'm not quite sure where it began. You know, some people that know me or have perceptions of me, that's really why I'm doing this as well. They may have felt like some of the things in my life started with me. I don't know exactly where they began. I do know that my weight was a huge thing. Besides at home, it was a huge thing at school. Just as bad as I was getting it at home, I was getting it at school. Kids will be kids. You say people don't know any better, that type of thing. It was one of those types of situations where I had a couple of friends. I had a few kids that were very nice to me at school. They didn't quite defend me or speak up for me. They weren't quite an escape, but they were just nice to me, if that makes sense. So I have good memories with them. I don't really have any fond memories of really going back to feeling a sense of belonging, even with my family, with people at school. I just didn't feel connected to these people. I didn't identify with them. And maybe because I was going through so much, it wasn't that I was better than, it was just that I had known better. So the things that they were going through, the childhood drama, the back and forth, what got other people upset or what made other people smile, or I don't know how you could put it, just the ways of the world, I guess. I just was beyond that. I really was just surviving. And so many of us were, but it was very conscious for me. I just didn't even have it in me at school to really defend myself. Yeah, I had a mouth. Some of the things that I explained, I should have been fucking people up for. Some of the things that I explained as a kid, as crazy as it is, back to that picking my battle shit, I didn't have shit to lose back then. That's the crazy part. Right now, oh, I'll fuck you up in a heartbeat. Bail myself right out of jail, fuck you up in a heartbeat. 20 years ago? Huh. Huh. You you couldn't give me the busted fucking grape. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what other way to put it. I don't want to say that I was a pussy. I knew actually, you know what? I'm laughing about it. The reality of it is that I knew that my parents didn't have my back. I knew that no matter which way that I explained it, as I said before, that if I went home from school, whether it was one parent or the other or both of them, they didn't have my back. If I was put in a position to have to defend myself, it was always going to be that it was something that I had done. I literally should have been a baller shot caller. I should have been jumping from the fucking ceilings. I should have been doing backflips. I should have been smacking people in their mouth, kicking people in their fucking chin, stripping them down steps. I should have been doing all types of crazy shit back then. The same shit that anybody else was doing at the time to defend myself. It was a very vain existence being that big. Going back to developing these defense mechanisms resulted in me becoming very materialistic. And that's why the perceptions were that I had a silver spoon. As much as that I thought ignorantly as a kid that it would make people like me and draw people to me, which it did, but not in good ways. I had people steal from me. I had someone take a whole Xbox out of my house. I thought people wanted to hang out with me. They were coming over and they were stealing from me progressively. Like each instance, they were stealing things. They had stolen from me. They had stolen from my father. I was so foolish. I had even been to the person's house and saw my stolen stuff sitting there and didn't even realize it. People used to tell me, hey, Malik, you buy friends and that sort of thing. I had felt so pathetic that I just didn't want to acknowledge it. I just want to be good to people. Why wouldn't I want to be good to people? If I'm good to them, I was naive enough to believe that whatever I went without, that I was able to see in others, if I somehow not provided that for them, but gave them a sense of something they've never been around before or experienced before, I thought that I was a good friend for that. I was just a dummy is what the fuck I was, okay? What Precious Mom say? You're a dummy, bitch. Go down to the welfare. I was a fucking dummy is what I was. I was a fucking dummy. Surrounding myself with bums, losers, motherfuckers that don't have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, or a fucking curb to throw it on. Within this vain existence, I was missing out on so many opportunities. It's not like it is now. People don't body shame anymore. People are bigging their backs, you know what I'm saying? Accepting their flaws. They love being human beings. Shit. Come from my generation. Go sit at Little Nigeria in the cafeteria. Yes, Little Nigeria. Go sit there for 10 minutes, okay? And see if you can make it out alive. See what happens. Because that's the time that I come from. Body shaming, people being ignorant to you, people talking a whole lot of shit, wearing their insecurities on their sleeves. You had to eventually have a tough skin. So that was the time where everyone did wear their insecurities outward. Being vain, being skinny, worrying about clothing, materials, how things looked rather than substance, how things looked rather than how you actually treat people, that sort of thing. People know what they've done. There's people that know this story. Some in full detail, some in light detail. Some people know bits and pieces. Some people just have refused to really see it for what it is. Some people have refused to acknowledge it and put all the pieces together. There's people who know exactly what happened. There's people I grew up around that knew that both of my parents were abusive, whether together or separately. There were people who knew my dad was a hothead and was mean. There was people who would do things on purpose to make sure that I got my ass beat by my father. There were people who said that knew that my father was a weak spot. There was children that had said, you're going to go home and find your old ass dad dead in the bed. That was everyone's favorite saying. Several people said it, especially dirty ass Morton Mulatto. If you're from Morton, you know exactly who I'm talking about, dirty bitch. Like I said, I don't know where it began. I don't know where it started. It wasn't that, oh, Malik could dish it, but he can't take it. It was the fact that most of these people I never started with on my own. The majority of these people were saying things to me that I would never say to them. And they didn't know me. They saw my dad at Wawa, saw him in the car, saw him dropping me off at school. My weight, his age became the quickest target. These people know exactly what they've done. Not just kids, the adults as well. These family members know exactly what they've done. Also, people know exactly what they haven't done. People know when they've went like this. People know when they haven't stood up, when they haven't defended. A lot of these people know a lot of the things that I have explained. A lot of these things are who I was. A lot of these things are who I still am. I'm not saying that because it's some fly shit to say. I have to be able to say these things out loud to be able to accept the blessings that are coming in my life. I'm not ashamed of this. There could be people sitting here watching this right now, taking great joy in all the things that I've been through. While you're sitting there taking joy in this, take a look at yourself. Are you happy? Have you achieved the things that you'd like to achieve? Are you at a level that you're stable in your life? When you look to your left and your right, do you have meaningful interactions with people? Because a huge part of me being able to speak about this out loud is the fact that I've created a life for myself where I have meaningful interactions. Is it ideal? Do I still complain? Do I still get frustrated? Yes. The family that I have created, the friends that I do have, the dynamics that I have, I would not change. There are people who accept me for how I talk, how I look, how I act. People who aren't concerned with the things that I have, how much money I make. We're all humans. We all decide what makes us happy. We all fall on that spectrum. We all climb that ladder. I want my hard truth to be out. I don't want it to let it define me. I want it to push me to the places that I want to go, push me to the things that I want to achieve. Sitting around holding this in eats me up. Sitting around hating these people eats me up. Do I forgive them? Absolutely not. No, I do not. I'm not one of those forgive and forget type of people. I have certainly not forgotten, obviously. I certainly haven't forgiven. I don't hate you. This is just the way the cookie crumbles. This is the way that life goes. Like I said, I was sitting around waiting for adults to be in control of my life when they weren't even in control of theirs. They were just making it. I don't want to just make it. I don't want to just get in where I fit in. I don't want to just be average. Guess what? Everything that I explained obviously shows that I'm not average. I'm not below average either. My capability is something that I came into a little bit late. It's something that I had to realize on my own. My capability was obviously stamped across my forehead. People just could not take. And that's fine. That's fine, because everything is not for everybody. There's a lot of things that I don't like about others. There's a lot of things that people don't like about me, obviously. Is that going to stop me from getting where I need to go? From doing the things that I need to do? From doing the things that I want to do? I'm not going to fall into line with bullshit dysfunction in the name of just having somewhere to sit at Thanksgiving. That's too easy. That's too much like right. Break the cycle. Be different. That's where I'm at with this. My lifestyle doesn't align with other people's lifestyles. You think I'm going to hell? I'm committing a sin? Well, I'll see you there, bitch. I'll see you there. A lot of the things that I've shared, like I said, that people know about, some of the things that they've done, they've got a special place in hell. A special place in hell. You may watch this, oh, he calls his mother a bitch so easily. Well, what the fuck would you call her? Because I don't pity her. I don't feel sorry for her. I don't forgive. I've been able to come to some conclusions to make my day-to-day life easier. It's not something that I'm going to get with. Somebody watched my first episode and messaged me talking about, oh, it's so horrible what you've been through. In the next breath, this individual then says, but come on, don't deny you miss your mother. So now you're sitting somewhere thinking, oh, he's making this podcast to get back at her and he's just so hurt. He's got unresolved issues. No, this is about accountability. This is about putting it on the forefront. Just because you're ashamed of whatever your story is, you're ashamed because someone had their foot on your neck. We've all been there. Just because you decided to move on and not speak upon it, not address it, not put it on Front Street, that's your prerogative. You feel like it's brought you peace in your life. It has not. You are timid. You are meek. Some might even say you're weak. I'm not that way. I'm not always looking to argue. I'm always going to tell you how the fuck it is. You don't have to agree with me. I can understand. Adults can agree to disagree. That's what I mean. Don't think that Malik is going for the shit, because Malik is not going for it. You have to, when you evolve, you have to be willing to leave situations behind, circumstances behind, other people behind. You also have to be able to leave yourself behind. Where I'm at right now in this phase, while you see me talking, this podcast is headed to do some major things in some major places. I have some big ideas and ways that I want to express myself. This is just the beginning. It's not all about sadness. It's not all about plight. It's not all about dysfunction. This is just one layer. Things get better. Shit gets better. If you're watching this, you have similarities or you can identify with any of this, shit gets better. You have to believe that it will get better. I didn't get here by luck. I didn't get here because I went through 10 years worth of therapy. I got here through strength, determination, prayer, and believing in God. Allowing God to show up in my life. I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to get deep. Some people may believe that, well, if you're a homosexual, how do you have a relationship with God? God is very real in my life. The universe is very real in my life. Energy is very real in my life. It should be real in anybody's life, because what you put out is what you get back. Those three things that I just listed, although not on a physical basis, they will hold you accountable. God will hold you accountable. Life will hold you accountable. The universe will hold you accountable. Energy will hold you accountable. Living within truth, trying to be better than the person you were the day before, having self-awareness. You will be blessed once that's something that you're able to achieve. Who people think you are or who they believe you to be, they will come up with any excuse, any type of reason, conclusion, bullshit they can say out the side of their neck as to why they treated you how they did, or what you did to cause them to mishandle you or to treat you certain types of way. Man, fuck that. All the people that I just described, family, friends, specific instances, generalized instances. If you want to get down to a moral basis and a materialistic basis, none of these motherfuckers are doing better than me. They ain't doing better than me. It's not a competition. What I'm saying is that what they put out is exactly what they've gotten back in life. That's exactly why they are what they are. That's exactly why their life is going like this or like this. And that's exactly why my life is going like this. It plateaus sometimes, but it's going like this. I'm elevating myself because that's what I need to do for my personal happiness. I am on a pursuit of happiness. I am chasing it. Happiness has milestones. You get here, then you want to do something new. You get here, then you want to do something new. I'm never going to settle. I'm never going to let life kick me in my ass. I'm never going to get to a point where I'm not going to try to gain perspective and understanding while still being able to agree or disagree. Like, even if some of the people that I discussed in this episode were to call me to have a conversation, we could have a conversation. We could come to understanding. Are we going to bust it up? Are we going to come to some type of resolve? No. Are they allowed to enter my life? Absolutely not. Touching back on the last episode, people have reached out to me as if they want me to participate in certain things, family dynamics. Absolutely not. People have guilt but don't want to acknowledge anything. They don't want to talk about anything because acknowledgement is an apology. If you cannot acknowledge anything and you cannot apologize, stay right where the fuck you're at. Fuck you. That goes for anybody. Anybody. Because as mean as Malik is, direct, however you want to take it, I can apologize. If I've had an effect on you, I've caused you detriment, I've caused you harm, I said something to you that took you off your square, I'm always saying something for a reason. I can still apologize for it. My intent is not to destroy. My intent is to uplift. My intent is to build. Is my delivery harsh? Yes, based on the circumstances that I've been through. I'm trying to give you some perspective and allow you to understand the control that you have over your life. I'm not speaking because I read this from some book. I'm not speaking because it fell out of the sky. I'm saying these things because these are things that I've applied to my life that have allowed me to be very successful in changing the things that I've been unhappy about. I'll see you guys next week for part 5. It'll be a little bit longer. That'll be the last and final part to This Is a Story All About How. Thank you for watching.